Hi, I'm Richard Byrne. In this video, I'm going to show you some features of Google Scholar that every teacher and student should know how to use. Let's go ahead and take a look at Google Scholar here. And let's say I'm looking for some articles and information about formative assessment in a math class. So let's talk about formative assessment strategies for math. Just say mathematics. And we'll see here, it's our big list of 265,000 results. I did a pretty generic search there. But the first thing that I want to show you is looking at the article availability. Generally speaking, things are labeled either book or PDF, and if you don't see a PDF, you might see HTML, or you might see nothing at all, and in which case, let's go ahead and right-click on this and open it in a new tab, and we're going to see that this one is behind a paywall, and we'd have to pay $39.95 in order to access it. Now we can read a little abstract of it, but we really can't read the whole thing. But something like this, where we see PDF, let's right click on that, open it in a new tab, and lo and behold, we can read the entire article, including all the citations that are in that article, or references that are in that article as well. And we go right back up to the top of it. Now, let's say we found that one and we like it. Well, let's save it. And now we can add it to our personal library. This is basically bookmarking. And you can see I already have a label of formative assessment. And I'll click done and save it there. Now, while I'm here, let's say this article I'm going to use in my own article that I'm writing, and I want to cite it. So let's click on that cite button, and I can get the article citation formatted for me. And of course, I can now just copy and paste that into the paper that I need to put it in. Now, the next thing that I can do from here, speaking of citations, is I can look at cited by. And we'll see there's 206 articles that cited that one. And we can then go and look at those items. Let's open that one in a new tab. And we can see here when it loads. Once it loads, there it is. I can go through and read the whole thing. And again, if I like that one, I might save it, put it in my formative assessment label, click done, get the citation for it, copy it, paste it into the document that I'm writing. And if I want to, I can then go down and look at who cited that paper. So that's the first 5 features of Google Scholar that I think everyone should know how to use. But I want to show you another little feature. Over here on the left-hand side, we can open up the advanced search menu, and we can say all of the words, but we want to say only in the title of the article instead of anywhere in the article. We can do that. Now, we could also put quotation marks around that, so we have the exact phrase, or we can simply copy it down here and put it in the exact phrase field. And down here, we also have the options for articles authored by a specific person. If we've already found some work by a specific person, we might want to look for more work by that person. And if we know of a journal that has published some work that we're interested in, we might want to look for more from that same journal. We can specify that publication. And we can also, as you can see there, select a publication date. Maybe I only want things that were published between 2012 and 2013. And now I'll do my search. We'll see, one result matches exactly to my search term. But of course, I have lots of related searches. Now, the last thing, the seventh feature you should know how to use is the option to create an alert. And I'm going to say include less relevant results. So similar matches, but maybe not exact matches. And now I'll create that alert so that I get an email whenever something new on that topic, matching my exact phrase or similar to it, pops up in Google Scholar. So those are the features of Google Scholar that I think every teacher and student should know how to use. As always, for more things like this, please visit practicaledtech.com or subscribe to my YouTube channel.